In this video, I'm going to show you how to relieve back arthritis pain in 30 seconds. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe coming to you from SpineCare in St. Joseph, Michigan. In this video, I want to go over safe exercises designed for back osteoarthritis. That is the wear and tear arthritis. The great part about these exercises, they're going to focus on lengthening and strengthening the back at the same time while keeping it straight. That way we're not twisting or putting the back into an odd position that may cause irritation. By lengthening and then strengthening the back, we can get quick back pain relief, but also help slow the progression of back arthritis and just lessen instances of future pain. All of these exercises, they work just a little bit differently. So go through them all, use what gives you the most amount of relief. As a bonus, all of the exercises can be done at home. They require no special equipment and may give quick back pain relief, even in as little as 30 seconds. So let's get started and fix that back pain right now. Here's an exercise called the dynamic child's pose. This one can be done in bed or on a floor. Just start off on all fours like this. I'm going to tuck my chin towards my chest and then tighten my core muscles for a little bit more support. I'm going to then rock my whole body backward, kind of like taking my butt down towards my heels. The more that we go down, the more that you're going to feel a deep stretch form throughout the whole back going down into the hips. To get a little bit of a deeper stretch, take your fingers right here and crawl forward as much as you can. This feels really good. I try to hold this one comfortably for about 20 to 30 seconds, doing nice, slow, controlled breathing too. Just let that tension out. When I need a breather, I just rock forward like this. But I try to do it about 3 to 5 times, and with each repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more to get a better stretch. To take this one to the next level, instead of going straight with it, go off to one side. Tilt your body through your hips, through your waist, and then go down. You'll notice that it hits the muscles just a little bit differently. This one's really good for one-sided back pain. Whatever side that you're leaning towards, so in this case it's my left, you're going to feel it on the other side. So I go all the way towards the left, and then I'm going to try it on the right side. If one side hits your back a little bit better, throw some more repetitions in at that point. From here, we're going to take it to even the next level by incorporating a dynamic movement in there to help strengthen the muscles. So this one would be the dynamic child's pose. Let's get back into our original position, just like this. And what I'm going to do this time around is rock back as much as I can, hold that for about a second, and then rock forward just like this, keeping my back straight. This movement just challenges the muscles a little bit differently. And I try to do this one nice and slow for about 10 to 15 repetitions. From there, relax and take a breather. If you can do another set or two, challenge those muscles by doing that. And you can also go off to the side and repeat this one. So go all the way towards the left, all the way towards the right. And again, if one side hits it just a little bit better, focus on that, throw more repetitions in. So here's a standing variation of that previous exercise that might be a little bit more knee friendly, and also you can do this one pretty much anywhere, anytime. We just need a wall or a door. So I'm going to face a door. What I'm going to do is put my arms straight out in front of me, roughly shoulder width apart. Take my palms, put them overhead, and then put them into the door or the wall. These are going to be anchor points, so we don't want them to slide during this exercise. I'm going to tuck my chin towards my chest, and then from there I'm going to slowly start to walk backward. The more that you go back, the more that this is going to straighten the back, and you're going to feel a good pulling traction from the upper back all the way down to the lower. Once we feel that, what I'm going to do is put all of my weight onto my heels, buckle my knees, and then squat my butt down and away from the door. The more that you go down, the more that you're going to feel a deep, intense stretch in the back. Only go to your comfort level. Once we feel that, what we want to do is then take our chest and just allow it to go towards that wall or the door. I feel a full back activation of those muscles right now. It feels really good. I try to hold this one 20 to 30 seconds, doing nice, slow, controlled breathing, just letting that tension out. When you need a breather, just walk back forward like this and take one. But you want to do this 3 to 5 times, and with each repetition, try to stretch into it just a little bit more. To take this one to the next level, instead of going straight forward with it, angle your body slightly off to the side. So in this case, I'm going towards my left. What you'll notice is it hits the muscles on the other side just a little bit more. So if you have one-sided back pain, this works very well for that. So give going all the way towards the left a try, go all the way towards the right. If you feel like one certain spot, certain angle, hits your back pain just a little bit better, at that point stop and throw more repetitions in. So one of my absolute favorite exercises for back arthritis, stenosis, and degenerative disc disease is the pelvic bridge, because it will help lengthen and strengthen the muscles all at once. And there's so many different variations to it that will allow you to really pinpoint areas and muscles that need it a little bit more. So this one is easily done in bed or on a floor. Just start off lying flat on your back. Legs are going to be roughly hip width apart. Bend your knees, keep your feet flat. I'm going to tighten the core and then take my hands and place them on my hips. The movement from here is very straightforward. We're going to drive our hips up towards the ceiling until we have a nice straight line from our knees to our hips to our shoulders. If you're unable to get into this position, do the best that you can. Over time, you should gain strength and flexibility to hopefully get into this position. But you're going to feel the abs, the core muscles activate, the lower back, the glutes, the legs, everything that supports the hip and the back. You want to hold this one comfortably for about 5 seconds. From there, relax, take a breather. You want to do this one 10 to 15 times. And if you feel like you have a little bit more energy, you can throw in another set or two to challenge those muscles even more. But let's build into a little bit of a different variation of the pelvic bridge and see if we can target and pinpoint muscles that need it just a little bit more. So instead of going up on both legs, lift one leg straight like this. It becomes extremely challenging because all of your body weight is put off to one side. Give that one a try. But again, whatever you do on one side, always switch to the other to keep them both in balance. You can also experiment with your foot placement. So take them out a little bit more. Slide your feet away and then point your toes upwards. Drive your body weight into the bed or the floor with your heels. The more that you go out, the more that you're going to notice that it hits the back of the legs. So if you have a lot of leg weakness, even more so into the hamstrings right here, this is going to help target that and make them stronger. You can also do what is known as a clamshell, which was going to target a little bit more into the hips. What I do is I put my feet together like this, press them together, and then take my knees downward as much as I can. You'll feel a very gentle stretch forming in the inner part of the leg, into the groin, into the hips. From there, I'm going to slide my heels back towards me, lower my knees down as much as I can, and again, put my hands on my hips and then drive my hips upward towards the ceiling. This one is really good for focusing on building hip strength. But give all of those variations a try. If you feel like one offers you a little bit more, offers you more relief, throw more repetitions in at that point and focus on it. This exercise is known as the 3D dead bug. It's going to put a little bit more focus on the core muscles and the hip flexors right in the front part of the leg. It's easily done in bed or on a floor. Just lie flat on your back like this. I'm going to start with the easier variations of the dead bug and then progress into that 3D dead bug, which will be the most challenging. So, lying flat on my back, I'm going to lift my legs up like this. We want our hips, our knees in a nice straight line, knees roughly bent at 90 degrees. Your arms are just going to go straight up like this. The beginner's dead bug, which is the easiest, I'm just going to lower one arm down, keeping it straight until it's hovering above the bed or the floor. Don't let the arm touch. Engage the core muscles at the same time. Hold this one comfortably for about 5 seconds. Come back up and then just switch to the other side and repeat. You want to do this one nice and slow for about 10 to 15 repetitions on both sides. If you feel like you have a little bit more energy, you can throw in another set or two. To make this one more challenging, do the same movement through your legs. So lower one leg down like this, straightening it at the knee, but do not let the calf or the leg touch the floor or the bed. Engage the core muscles also. Hold this one for 5 seconds, come back up, and then repeat it on the other side. Again, repeating this on both sides for 10 to 15 repetitions, and repeating another set or two if you want a little bit more of a challenge. The next one to do to take this to the next level is to alternate the arms and the legs. So I'm going to lower my left leg down like this and then lower my right side down, so they're alternating right here, engaging the core at the same time. Give that one a try. It really helps engage the core muscles and strengthen the back. What we're going to do next is then build into what is known as the 3D dead bug, and this one is really good at targeting hip pain and working its way up into the core and the lower back. So let's get back into our original position just like this. What I'm going to do is lower one leg down, not letting it touch, and then I'm going to turn the foot inward like this and then bring the leg inward as much as I can. You'll really feel the muscles in the pelvis, into the hip, into the lower back start to fire. Hold this position for about 5 seconds and then come back and relax. The next movement, we're going to do the opposite. So we're going to turn the foot outward as much as we can and then take the leg outward. You'll notice it hits the hip muscles just a little bit differently. I really feel it in the inner part of the groin, inner part of the leg. So give that variation a try, but go through all of those and progress into them, and you want to focus on doing those for 10 to 15 repetitions on both sides. And again, if you feel like you have a little bit more energy, throw in another set or two, and whatever you do on one side, always switch to the other to keep them both in balance. So we're going to save the most challenging one for last. This is known as the dynamic bird dog. It's very similar to the dead bug, but you're flipped over and your muscles are going to have to stabilize this movement a lot more. I'm going to start on all fours in bed or on a floor. Let's do the beginner's dead bug first and progress into harder movements. So I'm going to engage my core muscles to begin with, tighten them up, and then start to slide the top of my foot away from me, keeping the top of the foot on the floor or the bed at all times. Reach out with your toes as much as you can until you feel an activation of the calf muscles, working up to the hamstrings in the back of the leg towards the hips and the glutes. Once we feel that, we're going to slowly raise our leg upward as much as we can until we have a nice straight line from our hips to our knees to our ankles. In this position, you'll really feel the abs and lower back firing to stabilize this movement. I hold it for about 5 seconds. From there, I'm just going to relax and then take a breather. And then I'm just going to switch to the other side and repeat. You want to do this one nice and slowly for about 10 to 15 repetitions. If you feel like you have a little bit more energy, you can throw in another set or two. But if this is a little bit too easy, we can progress into the full bird dog. So I'm going to do the beginner's dead bird dog, lifting my leg up like this, but I'm going to lift the other side's arm up at the same time. So my left leg is up, my right arm is right in front of me. You'll really feel the abs firing to control this movement. 5 second hold. You're just going to come back down and then repeat on the other side. Again, 10 to 15 repetitions on both sides. And if you feel like you have a little bit more energy, you can throw in another set or two. To take it to even the next level, you can do the dynamic bird dog and target the core muscles just a little bit more. So I'm going to get back into my beginner's bird dog position, lifting up like this. But this time around, what I'm going to do is bend my knee and bring it forward as much as I can. You'll notice that the abs will really contract and tighten. Hold this position for about 5 seconds and then just come back like this, hold it for a couple seconds, and then repeat this one 10 to 15 times. And then from there, just switch to the other side and repeat. If the exercises helped, please support the channel by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.